Hey guys, welcome back to another raid video today. In this video, I want to talk about the things that I want to see happen for Raid Shadow Legends in year 2023. This is the 4th year I've been playing this game. I started playing Raid Shadow Legends back in 2019, December 2019. When I first started playing this game, it was during middle of the Torment Fusion. I did not complete the Torment Fusion, and I know the game was released early 2019, and the game was in beta during 2018. So this is really, this game is really 4 years old now, probably 4.5 years old. So I think Plarium need to do something to keep Raid Shadow Legends at the top, because a lot of friends that once played with me, they already quit this game because they find this game to just eventually become boring to you, you know? So I really think in year 2023, Plarium needs to do some good thing to this game instead of adding more content that can be monetized, like Soul System or Sand Devil's Necropolis. I mean, these systems are okay, but these systems are just heavily monetized. I want them to add more things that can benefit everybody, not just pay-to-win players. So let's get into the topics of this video, which is the things I want to see happen for Raid Shadow Legends in year 2023. The first thing is I want them to add more doable PvE content. Alright, stage 25 dungeon was added to the game probably for like a year and a half ago, long time ago. Alright, and back in the day, stage 25 was not that easy when it first introduced to the game, but as time goes by, people were able to just pretty much solo this place using a Theodore or using a Bad Alcazar or even using a Tomb Lord, something like that. I think it's time for Plarium to add more difficult dungeon content. I'm not talking about Hydra yet. Let's just say dungeon content. And I'm not really talking about Iron Twist Fortress. Just for these dungeons here, it is time for Plarium in year 2023 to add stage 26 to 30. I think it needs to happen. And I want Plarium to make it like relatively more difficult, because on my personal experience, I think stage 25 is still a little bit too easy. What do you guys think? I think if they're ever gonna add more difficult dungeon stages, I think they should make it like at least you cannot just solo it. You know what I mean? Make it to the difficulty where you cannot use one champion to clear it. That's just my baseline of making a challenging content, So yeah, and maybe what they can do is they can also like add dungeon special effect to the game, which I already saw other gacha game do, which is like, for example, in stage 26, all the enemy is going to take 50% less poison damage, and they're gonna take 100% more HP burn damage, stuff like that. Just fun stuff so people can test out different teams. Because right now, since they nerfed the enemy max HP, the only strategy you can use is poison team. There's no other choice if you want to speedrun them, and I think it's kind of dumb, right? This is really the only strategy if you want to speedrun it, just using poison champion. I think they need to come up with an idea to make all different types of champion work. So yeah, I want to see them adding stage 20 dungeon in year 2023, and I want them to make it not too easy. Obviously not too difficult, but at least just don't let players to be able to solo it. It's not fun. By the way, one more thing about dungeon I really want to see them do is if they are ever gonna add stage 26 to 30, I want them to add mythic gear drop to the dungeons. That's what I want to see, because currently we can only get to up to legendary gear, which is the orange gear, right? And you can get some mythic gear from Hydra. I'll show you guys this. For example, this red gear, right? You cannot get it anywhere else, only in Hydra. So I really want them to add this type of mythic gear drop to the dungeons, maybe in new difficulties. That's what I hope to see. Alright, so next thing obviously is it's our most recent new content release, Sand Devil's Necropolis. Everybody's been talking about it. The oil, which you can ascend your gear. Of course, you guys know what I'm gonna say, right? They should add a reroll feature to it. It just needs to happen, you know? Look, like, I know my Lyris has very strong gear, but like, still, for this type of piece, you cannot reroll it, right? You cannot reroll a lot of top tier piece. For example, let's see this one. Like, this is a really good piece. You cannot reroll it. It gives me flat defense. It should be a top tier. It's not top tier anymore. It's just an above average piece. So I think I said it many times in my previous video, if they don't add reroll feature after 3 months, nobody's gonna be farming Sand Devil's Necropolis. Like, I don't even farm it as often right now because like I don't have any gear to roll, right? If I roll on a god tier piece and it give me flat defense, I just stop. That's how simple it is. Like, for now, I don't even have any gear pieces to roll, and I think, let's say after 3 months, most of people are gonna run out of gear pieces to spend oil on. So they really just need to add reroll feature to this, to gear ascension. Otherwise, it's just gonna be dead content, right? And then I think what's gonna happen also is they're going to add accessory ascension, right? Because I don't see a reason why not. Since we already have gear ascension, it doesn't make sense if they just don't add accessory ascension. Because if they do that, it's gonna give them more money. And yeah, since we already have gear ascension, I don't really have a problem with accessory ascension, right? Just to be honest. And then also one more thing I want to see Plarium do is I want to talk about, let's say I want to talk about Chaos Ore, right? Let's say Chaos Ore. Currently, you can only use it on gear once. What I want to see is I want Plarium to just remove this limit, alright? Maybe like every attempt you do this, it's not gonna cost same. For example, the first time you use it costs 1 Chaos Ore, the second time let's say costs 2, and third time let's say costs 4, stuff like that. Like, I just think that they limit this to 1 doesn't really make sense. You only got 1 shot. This is basically the same thing as Gear Ascension. You only got 1 shot. I think, like, why not just let player use it infinite many times? Just add cost to it, right? People might say, oh, then the whale is gonna have quad speed within a day, right? Like, if whales decide to do that, I don't really see a problem with that. It doesn't really bother 99.9% of the player base. Like, if a whale decide to spend $10,000 on Chaos Ore to have quad speed on every piece of gear, let them do that. Just let them do that. Why does it matter, right? I just don't like that they limited this to 1. You only got 1 shot and it's gone forever. Alright, as if you're extremely lucky, you get a quad speed roll, something like that. I don't like that. Just let player do it as many times as they wish. Just increase the cost. That's how it is. If whales want to spend money on it, let them do that. It doesn't bother you. Alright. And the next thing I want to see is about Clan Boss. So when I first started playing this game, I actually really liked Clan Boss. Alright, I really liked it. But the classic Clan Boss has been dead content for like 2.5 years. Ever since Unkillable Clan Boss team was publicly posted on YouTube by content creators, Clan Boss is basically that content. I remember that was back in like February 2022. The first ever Unkillable Clan Boss team video I watched was from scratch. And after that, I just never touched my Clan Boss team, basically. I swap any champions, but I mean, it's just that content. And I actually had fun building my team around a lot of different champions on Clan Boss. A lot of people are saying Clan Boss is repetitive, it's not fun. I think it's okay. Like, what I think is unkillable is not fun. You know, it's not fun to watch. It will only get you through 50 turns and that's it, right? Like, but if you can just build a normal team and watch your team survive as long as possible, that's actually a very fun experience. Back in the day, you can only use, let's say, Krisk, Valkyrie, Altem, Michelle champion like that, like build a team like that is actually a really fun experience. So what I want to see Plarium to do is maybe just introduce a new difficulty of clan boss where you are not able to use unkillable. Alright? Like at all. You're not able to use unkillable, and also they have to do something about the Infinity clan boss thing, where people use Brogni just to basically never dies. Like people have to compete using a like normal team, like a Valkyrie, Krisk, or Poison champion, or Draco Morph, and they make a leaderboard. I think it's gonna be so much fun if they actually do that. They make like a clan boss tournament which people compete their 1 key clan boss damage on a new difficulty, and people are not able to use unkillable. I think this is gonna be a really fun gameplay, but I don't know if that ever gonna happen, because I feel like as of now, Plarium kind of just abandoned Demon Lord. They just kind of abandoned this content. It's such a shame, because I think it is fun. It's just ruined by unkillable. Unkillable strategy benefits everybody. It's just destroyed the fun of this game mode. That's how I feel. Alright, so yeah, these are the things that I really want them to do. And then I'm gonna talk about a couple points that I personally want to see, but probably not everybody's gonna see. So the next few things I want to talk about, you'll probably disagree. Alright, and that's fine. That's just my personal thing. The next thing I want to see them doing is I think they should add a 7-star to the champions. Alright. Hear me out. We have 6-star for more than 4 years. Alright, and if you are not new players, I would say like most of the champion you want to take to the max level, you should be able to do it, right? And I just think it's time to give us 7-star. Alright, maybe just not take 6-star champions, maybe like take 2 6-star champions, so you can bring 1 6-star to 7-star, something like that. Alright, because look at how many chicken I have. This is capped at 999, you know, and we have this thing for more than 4 years. So why not give us a 7-star hero? Again, this is my personal thing. Like I said, you might disagree, and I think that's fine. Alright, because like I just pretty much lost fun leveling up champion for more than 2 years, because every time I want to take champion to max, it takes like 2 minutes. You know, it takes like 2 minutes, and I think just give us some further progression on these champions. Not talking about gear, you know, further progression that doesn't cost RNG, where you doesn't spend money on RNG. You know, like these red stars are purely RNG, and you have to spend money, which is not good, right? And the last thing I want to talk about, is the shop. I haven't been spending money. Well, I spent a little bit. All I bought this month, it's already middle of the month, all I bought was the monthly pack. I bought the monthly pack, monthly gem, and the Forge Pass. And that's it. I really lost my interest spending money in this game. I will never run out of my gems. The reason being is Plarium gave me 1300 gem every week for making content for their game. So what needs to happen on the shop is really they have to massively decrease the price for these packs. For example, all these ancient packs, void packs, mini max pack, not talking about soulstone pack, all these things, the price was the same for the last 3 years. Like if we take a look at these pack in 2020, they are going to have the exact same price. I did not play during 2019 until the very last of 2019, so I don't know about 2019. But if we take these packs back to 2020, the price is exactly the same. That's more than 3 years. Alright, I think that's kind of like, why would you spend money here? It like $100 for 65 ancient shards. It doesn't even give you 1 legendary during the 2x event. Why would you do that? And after you get that legendary, you also have to worry about the blessings, right? And if you want to compete in, let's say, Platinum Arena, you also have to worry about duplicates. You also have to do gear ascension, stuff like that. Since there are so many content that are monetized right now, they need to decrease the price for at least one of the monetized content. Let's say shards, right? Void shards, currently their price is still like $2.5 to $3 each, which is the same thing as 2020. 3 years later, it's still the same price. Like, I think in year 2023, what I want to see to void shards is each void shard should cost no more than $2 each. Let's say maximum is $2 each for void shards. And for ancient shards, I just would not buy it over like $1 each. Maybe 80 cents each is more reasonable to ancient shards, because spending $100 on this thing, it doesn't really get you anywhere. It doesn't really make sense for people to spend this money. You know, there are so many other content that are also monetized. Why would I spend on shards, right? So yeah, that's all I want to talk about in this video. These are the things I want to see changed in Racial Legends, changed or happened in year 2023. Leave a comment, let me know what you guys think. Alright, do you agree or disagree? The last 2 points are just my personal thing. You probably don't care about, you probably don't agree with this, alright? And for the pack deal in the game, it's just my personal opinion. Probably you don't spend money at all. Alright, so that's it. I'll see you guys in a video soon. Bye.